Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am Apu Bongo and I am so happy and excited to have you here. Thank you so much for taking your time to come and watch this video. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, Mdase. Thank you so much, guys, for your love and support. I really feel inspired. I think we are now sitting on 425 subscribers, and it is every one of you that has made that possible. Thank you so much, Betunana, from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me. So yes. And if you are new to this channel, you've never been here before, or you've been here and you forgot to do it the last time, a big welcome first of all. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button until it turns gray so that you become a part of our beautiful family. Also, do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we put out something, right? So yes, on today's video, as you can see by the title, I'll be doing a story time for the very first time ever. And I will be sharing about the day that I received Christ and just a few things that I laid in my heart concerning that. All right, so if it is something that you are interested in, please keep watching. I hope you will keep watching until the end and let me know what you're thinking down on the comment section. Let's talk, engage with me, let me know what your experience was when you received Christ, what's holding you back if you have not, and let's have a good conversation. Please do not go anywhere. So let's get right into it. This video was inspired by the fact that on the 29th of this month, which is August, I will be turning 1 year as an ordained pastor. For those that did not know, I am an ordained pastor and I've been now for almost a year. And the truth is that there has been so much that has happened. There is so much that has happened that led to that moment of me becoming a pastor. And I do want to reflect on those. I do want to share on those experiences on this channel. So I really thought that sharing about how did I receive Christ and what was happening at the time and how has it been journeying with Christ is going to be a nice way of like leading up to the anniversary, because I will be sharing my ordination video about what happened on that day, the most glorious day of my life, you know. So I really just wanted to share about how did I accept Christ, and then I think a video after this will be the fact that I never thought I'd be a pastor, and just speak on that and just briefly on a few touch on a few things that didn't make me think I'd be a pastor. Yeah, so I am from a family that prays. Both my maternal family and my paternal family believe in God, and a family that prays, you know, a family that teaches the values of Christianity. And so I have that background, and I remember although, okay, so my paternal family, like my paternal grandmother was born again, and all her siblings were born again. One is still born again because of second gogo, and they really but at the time I wasn't very close to them, so I never got to observe it, you know, like in a proximity that's very close. So I didn't know much about being born again. I didn't know much about Christ. And then with my maternal family, babe kokela. In fact, my granddad is still leading because my grand passed last year. So babe kokela ke eziyoni xa ukuba ngiseziyoni, and ke eziyoni mntase uyakhonzwa, uyafunda iBhayibhile, kuyathandazwa and all of that, but there's no emphasis on Jesus. It was Jesus saving lives, so it's just vibes ba kuyecaweni kuyakhonzwa iland, umandi. So ndikhule ndimazi uThixo basically uba ukhona and uyathandazwa, especially xa kusileha, uyabo. So fine, fast forward ke ngoku to the type of person that I was. I was a very loud child, and I was very loud. I believe I'm not as loud as I used to be. I used to be very loud. I was a loud child in the papa. That's how people would describe it. Yeah, papa ubongo. Yabo. The papa. That upapa ke kundweba mos, so nandwebile. I was ndandithanda nezinto, ndithanda iitshomi zam, ndithanda i-vibe, like around me kungasekube mandi kuhlekwe, ndigeza, uyabo, like ndiyithanda laa nto yoxhula abantu and all of that, like I was just that person, uyabo. And ke ngoku esikolweni, which is where I received Christ, that is St Patrick's. I went to St Patrick's Junior Secondary School, and iseGqulu Elibode. So a boarding school. So esikolweni ndandisaziwa as umntu loud, othanda uthetha, othanda uhleka, othanda ugeza, uyabo. And I had that reputation. Also ke ndandisithanda isikolo, uyabo, like I was good at school as well. So I was that child, man, othanda ojongwayo, uyabo. And then esikolweni kwakukho abantu ababethanda thina abesinisiwe, uyabo, but ndandingayithandi ihlobo abasiniswe ngalo, because babethanda usenza sizive ngathi asimdeserve Yesu, uyabo. And also ingathi exclusive insindiso yase-St Patrick's, guys, exclusive in the sense yoba naningathandazi nabo, yabo. And it used to hurt me so much, because ndiyawuthanda umthandazo, kake kuyathandazwa, nam ndiyathandaza. Like I prayed from like 5 years old. I remember I used to pray about, like, for my mother, because she was going through something at some point, and I remember her elila, amehlo akhe ebomvu from all the crying. And I remember that specific time I prayed so hard to God, ba Thixo makancede umamam, yabo. So from a young age, I was a person that really loved praying, yabo. But leyo kusindiswa was not in the cards. Like ndandingafuna uba ngumzalwane mna, yabo. Not only because, but also because of the fact that owasesikolweni sam, owase-St Patrick's uYesu was just like, waye too much. Too much Yesu wase-St Patrick's, guys. You could, like, there were so many rules, besides those rules zaziwayo zoba awuyinxiba ibhlukhwe, awafaka amacici, awufaka makeup, ngoku ke now that you're older. But phayana it was a thing yobana awumi namakhwenkwe, and I was just like, what? Because ndandinetshomi ezingamakhwenkwe. What do you mean, yabo? There was just too many rules, yabo. Awuhlala nabantu abangasiniswanga, so uhlala nabazalwane bodwa. And xa ndibajonga abazalwane ndiqonda ubana ngaba bantwana abathuleyo esikolweni, yabo, abantwana soloko yonke into yabo irayithi. And I was like, sana animfoni lo Yesu wenu, basically. So yaba ilo vibe ke simvinjwa uYesu, like into serious. Fumaniseke, like there was a time, this one day I'll never forget. So bayathandaza ke abazalwane base playroom. There was a place kuthiwa ise-playroom, kuse-playroom e-hostel. So bayathandaza ke, uyacula ingoma, iyatsho, uyabo. And apha emoyeni wam, I really needed a space like that. I really needed a space of prayer and of just the presence of the Lord, uyabo. Because ndandigowa ke kakhulu, eSt Patrick's ndandigowa, yabo. From ufika kwam ndade ndayohamba kona ndigowa, but abantu bengazi uba ndiyagowa. So ngalaa mini ke umgowa wam is at its peak, yabo, and I just need something. So ndiye ke e-playroom ndehle. Xa ndifika ndinokhe, kukho umntu emnyango, icaba ibhouncer yalapha emthandazweni. Ndinokhe avule, I don't remember who it was. Avule athi ndobana, ndithi bana ndicela ungena, athi bana ungena abazalwane bodwa. Mna ke ngena abantu abasinisiweyo bodwa. Andiqwanisa ndika ngale ntombazana, ndisirhalela ukumthuka. Sasithuka ke ngokuyana, guys, like ayimbi into yangaseSt Patrick's, guys. Ndandithuka ehostel, kwidomatri ndandihlala kuyo. sasithuka, guys, like inoba ungena nje uthi wabhutyu ngesithuko, unprovoked. And it was the thing about us settled with each other. If umntu ukubulise ngesithuko, like ayonto fun. Funny enough, ke namhlanje I cannot even like ngesixhosa, guys, asithuka ngesixhosa ba. So mama ansambaweli ukumyalula very fast lo mntana, because what do you mean kuthandaza abantu abasindisiweyo qha, yabo? But ndabe ndiqonda ubana andimfuni uyesu wakho, so it's fine, like like it's okay. And apha engqondweni ndacinga xa ke ngoku usofuna usindiswa uzawusindiswa phi xa nizenza exclusive as prayers zenu. It was just like a very boring concept kum. Bod ke sana ndahamba ndabuyela eromini. So naleyo ke ndiqonda ubana aba bantwana man, it just felt like, okay, I think it felt like a cult ndondon. And I think when I look back, they didn't know a better way to do it, because nabo ayengabantwana, yabo, but they were just adamant and on fire for the Lord. Qomana sifuna into zosingcolisa owaphiwe abagezayo nabanezingxaki zabo nentoni. We just don't want them to be a part of this, and that's on period. Okay, fine. So igqithekeleyo into, and then ndandinayo nomntu ke, guys, ndandinayo nomntu, and andiqonda uba there's no way I am leaving umntu wam for ukusindiswa, for uba ngumzalwane. No, no. Ndiyazijaja nam, guys, because like like it was not worth it, but akondo, yabo. Hayi bashema wayengumntu orayithi, yazi wayengumntu orayithi. Yo, anyway, masigqitheni very fast up. Okay, so fast forward, so this is 208. I know ke ngokubana okay ukhona uyesu osindisayo, because bakhona abanye abantwana abasindisiweyo apha. 208, 2009, 2010 when I received Christ ke ngoku. So ndibajongile nje wethu, yabo, andibahoyanga, like into yabo ayithethi nam. Ndiyagowa ewe, but andiyiboni i-solution to what I was, was going through. So fine. So I've made a decision, but andizomamkela uyesu, because uzanenzela slow down. Like uzanenzela slow down elifeni. Ndifuna uphila ubomi bam, ndifuna ukwenza yonke le nto ndifuna uyenza, and andifuni into ezanika i-rules uba yenza lena sukuyenza, thetha nalona suthetha nalowana, nxiba lena sukunxiba leyana. No, I was not about that life. So fast forward ke ngoku to 2010. So like I said, kubana ndandigowa mos mna elantuke pha kwesa sikolo St Patrick's, and it had nothing to do with the school and everything to do with my personal life. Actually eskoleni I was very happy. Yo, ndandonwabile St Patrick's, guys. Like I used to laugh kude kube buhlungu isisu. I really had a good time. I don't want to lie, and I made friendships phayana that, like I still have friends that I went to St. Patrick's with. Uluto Madiwan is the biggest one, Adibana naye pha. So wayesinziswe nini yena uluto pha? Wayengasinziswanga, but asikho lapho. So fast forward go to 2010 when I received Christ. January yaqala unyaka, and I'm really overwhelmed. I am really stressed. I am really over everything, and most of all, I'm over life. Like I was just done, yabo. So I make a decision about, okay, so I really think I should take my life. Made the decision, made so much sense to me, and the more I thought about it, the more it made sense to me. But let's end it, mnase. Let's just stop trying. Let's just stop not giving up. Must give it up. This is the juncture where we give up. So I make the decision that I'm going to commit suicide, yabo. And like I said, so those stories were not very, even though I'm popular as St. Patrick's per se, but it was a thing once in a while over about there's a child that was rushed to hospital because they attempted to take their life, yabo. fika i-ambulance athathwe ziiveni zasesikolweni kanje, you know, kuyiwe naye esibhedlele abuye, uyabona umntu. And there was never shame ngokunani phayana a suicide attempt that was successful. But mna ndandizixelela ubana when I do it, it's going to be successful. I kid you not. And this event ndisenza i-attempt, I'm gonna do it. Yabo. So that was my attitude. I get fine. So ke ngoku ndizixelele, and I'm getting ideas bana ndizayenza kanjani le nto, what I need to buy, where I need to do it. But ke ngoku the problem was that I don't want to do it at school. Yabo. So ndiqonda bana okay, sharp, I'm gonna have to do it nge-holiday when I go home for March holidays. So irreservile go decision ipha, yabo, action izokwenzeka pha when we close for March. Fine, ke I'm saying goodbye to my friends, ke ngoku, and they have no idea, yabo, I'm extra bubbly, I'm extra loving, I am extra kind. You know, I'm just giving them and bombarding them with so many moments where we are laughing in English, where we are laughing. I'm giving them so many memories of like nanbahlekisa, you know, and just making sure they have as many memories of me as possible. Obviously no one knows about this besides me and the Lord and the devil, but Gesana, because he was working very extra hard, because I didn't even tell anyone, honestly speaking. Like, I didn't breathe it to even one soul. Yeah. So fine, dinale decision that's in my heart, and I am working every day towards it. I'm working every day towards it, and I am happy. I have like indeed happy that I'm gonna do it. Yeah, and I'm getting braver by the day. It's been some push-ups every day, you know, like so we're gonna take it. Fine. And then go February on the 10th of Feb. Kukho memorial services going, trying to fast forward. In fact, this is the end, probably close to the end, whatever. So this is the 10th of February 2010, and this is the day where I received Christ. So it's an ordinary Wednesday. We are not at school because there's a memorial service for Omnyu Auntie Nombiselo. May a beautiful soul rest in peace. Owayesenzelwa memorial esikolweni. So xa kusenziwa memorials ke esikolweni kwangabikho sikolo. So abantu abahlala hostel, then ama-day scholar wouldn't come to school, except if you were on a part of the choir that was going to be, you know, singing there. Yeah, I wasn't part of the choir, so obviously that's a hostel ngalamini, but my friends were at a hallway to a class SMT, babese SMT, they send the sandwiches for abantu that are at the hall. Yeah, so ndiyabawa mos, like ndiyakuthanda ukutya, you know, like it's my love language, one of my love languages. So ndibene into ethi let me go, yabo, ndiye pha and go check them out bakwenzeka ntoni, yabo, because ndifuna sandwiches. So I go there, I join my friends. One of them was Wandisa, I think, or Mawandi, God, Wandisa. So Wandisa Opaya, I get there, I think no Unatwaepa, I don't remember. Ingati God, because I was telling you, I'm sure there. So Bapaya ke and business sandwiches. So ndifike ke and ndizwanga like I'm not part of the catering team, but ndizifakile because uThomzam is number 1 and number 2. Ndizabancokolisa bade bandifake, yabo, bangayibuzi ba. And then lona ufuna ntoni apha, so ndifike ngani ke ayijal in, sincokole kube mandi, sihleke, senze isandwiches, senze fasting. And then kuzofika i-message ethi bana let's go and serve eholweni, they're wrapping up, yabo. So must be sifaka ukutya so long so that when they're done abantu sebekufumene ukutya and they just eat. So fine, so I grab a tray ndiye. And as soon as I walk in, petele tremo. So as soon as I walk in, kubekho lo mfundisi ushumayelayo. I later learned uba yayingumfundisi uboy. I'm yet to meet that man. I'm yet to meet that man. So I walk in, petele tray, And then athi lo tata ba, you are here, ulapha, and so wenze isigqibo soba uzokuthatha ubomi bakho. Because ufilisha ngathi ayikho enye option. But I'm going to give you this one option, and if I sebenze, then you can go ahead with what you wanna do. And this option is Jesus. Mthathe uYesu and try him. If akasebenzi, then you can continue with your plan. He doesn't know me, mos, yabo. He's never seen me. He doesn't, like, akandazi, and he wasn't talking to me. But and it happened to be me. I had never seen him in my life, like, you know. And he says these things, and I'm just like, oh, shucks, you talking to me, yeah. And then athi lo tata ba yenza lo mthandazo emveni kwam, which is the sinner's prayer. Yenza lo mthandazo emveni kwam, iza ngaphambili, phakamisa isandla, uze ngaphambili, hold it there, I'm not coming to the front. Yonke le nto izakwenzeka ndikule ndawo ndikuyo, ndigqithise sona ndisigqithisayo. I am not putting up my hand. I am not, ndiseneetshiki zam mos, and ndisenalaa msindo wezi zinto zonke ezenzekayo ebomini bam, and ndinento ethi makwenzeke eyenzekayo, uyabo. So I'm just like, andiyi ngaphambili. If uyasindisa lo Yesu, uzawuza apha kum kule ndawo ndikuyo, kule process ndiyenzayo, and he's going to save me. But I did make the prayer. So he starts leading people into this prayer, and I pray along. Fine. Kwathi kaninsinsiwe, yabo. Yes, kwathi kaninsinsiwe ngalamini. And yo, guys, I remember feeling so relieved. I remember feeling, uba, bro, life is going to get better. You know, I had so much hope because things didn't change, you know, like things didn't change. My situation didn't change. My circumstances didn't change right at that moment when I received Jesus. But there was hope in my heart. There was a bubbling hope. Njebana be bravery, be push-ups. Hope was doing push-ups every day and making sure that I don't run out of hope. Like I have enough supply of hope and whatever, yabo. And from that day, from the 10th of February 2010, from the 10th of February 2010, my life changed for the better. I received Christ. And I am, of course, going to share with you guys what happened after that, how life was, and all of that. But yes, I think the lesson that I took out of that whole experience was that, number one, i-conclusion yam nje, when I think about ukusindiswa kwam and coming to Christ, i-conclusion yam is that the gospel of Jesus belongs to him. I-gospel yakhe, iGood News zezakhe, you know, and there's no person that can stand in the way of him achieving or in the way of him doing what he wants to do ngegospel yakhe. Noba uyamfuna, noba amfuni, when the time has come for you to come to him, uzoza kuye, yabo. And nothing matters, because at that moment it didn't matter to me noba andizujola, didn't matter to me noba andizonxiba macici, noba andizothini. Like I was just in a moment where I was like, I met with him, you know, and I there's nothing I desire more than being with him, you know. And then from that day on, man, like Jesus Christ and his gospel became, you know, the center of my life. It became like Uyesu just became my everything. He became my hope. He became my refuge. He became my resting place. He became my venting place. He became my yonke man, guys. It just became a lot of things. And it was a thing of belonging, you know, but I belong to someone. I was created by someone. I am loved by someone. Someone wants me alive. Someone has a purpose for my life, you know. And it just, that, yeah, salvation, accepting Jesus, changed my entire life. And yeah, wait, you guys, what's another thing? I keep looking here. Okay, so yeah, I belonged to someone wethu, and nda-understanda into yoba wayefuna kuthini. Like xa sendiyicinga ngoku, I understand ubana ngalaa mini, ngalaa mzuzu uyesu wayedinga nje into yobana ndize kuye, you know, and wayefuna ukundirestora back to what he created me to be, you know. And I'm so glad that on that day I received him. I'm so glad that ndarhala ngalaa mini, you know. Like I'm so I'm so happy that ndarhala ngalaa mini, and urhala kwam kwandipushela to a very big moment in my life, you know, because I honestly do not even want to imagine what would have happened if I had not met Jesus ngalaa mini, you know. So mna, I was snatched literally from the mouth of death by God. Uyesu wandoxutha emlonyeni wokufa, you know. And from that day I never looked back. Yoloo nto ke mna ke, even when I go through izinto, you know, even when I go through moments of weakness and the devil whispers to me uba andingomntana kaThixo okanye I'm not, like ayenza sense, nokwenza sense loo nto leyo kum, because I know what God did for me. And it even going through salvation for me, it's a thing yoba, it's not about what I do, it's not about amandla wam, it's not about my wisdom, it's not about anything that I do. Intsindiso yekaThixo, you know, the gospel belongs to him, and it is about what God does in our lives and not about what we do. So what qualifies me to be umntana kaThixo is the fact that he did something for me, which is he snatched me from the mouth of death. I am not done, you know. And it's not about uba uaphiwe wenze ntoni, you know, okanye wenza ntoni right, wenza ntoni wrong, you know. It's literally just about uba uThixo wenza ntoni ebomini bakho, ebomini bam, you know. And loo nto ke has held me, it has carried me so much, especially through blunders zam, you know, and me making mistakes along the way. Lando yoba kwayile nto kuyo, it's not yours. You are a partaker in it, but it's not yours. So ukwenza kakuhle kwakho is not what makes God God. Nokwenza kakubi kwakho doesn't take away ukuba uThixo nguThixo, you know. So yes, I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share that uba ndasindiswa kanjani. And on the next video again, I'm going to be reflecting on the journey, not quite, God, not a journey, bits and pieces of it, what happened, because I never thought I'd be a pastor, and that's what I'm going to be talking about the next time I shoot. I never thought I'd be a pastor. I'm like, guys, I was the last person in my mind, on my mind to become umfundisi. It is not what I ever imagined for myself. So if you are watching this and you are feeling like you do not want to accept uThixo, or you do not want to accept Jesus in your life because of the many rules that there are, say, don't let yourself miss out. Mthathe uYesu, and then you're going to figure out indlela yakho naye when you are already in it. Otherwise, asizi kuThixo kuba right, but siba right kuba sekuThixo, you know. He did not come to perfect people. He did not come to the righteous. He came to sinners. And ndandi ngumoni, and my zonos got xolelwad, you know. And I cannot thank God enough for his grace and for his mercy. I think the story time was all over the place, but if you must take anything out of this, is that the grace of the Lord is sufficient for us, and God is calling us to him because we belong to him. So he is calling for us to have a relationship with him, and that nothing is up to us. So as I was saying, sorry, I had a slight interruption. As I was saying, that God is calling us to himself because we belong to him, singabantwana bakhe, and he wants to restore us back to who he created us to be. And he just needs us to understand that this gospel is for him. It belongs to him, you know. And there's no amount of right doing that even exempted us, even, you know, like qualified us to be abandoned by God. I was a sinner. Most of us were sinners before. In fact, all of us were sinners before we accepted Christ, and we are no longer sinners now because we have been pardoned by His grace. Because yes, and our faith, our grace, or His grace through our faith. Yes, His grace through our faith, you know, saved us, and silapha ngoku, you know. And when you look at us, you see, oh, Pst Aps, but they have a journey. They were once not for this Christ thing. They were once not for this Mzalwane life, yabo, but silapha ngoku, you know. And I think more than anything, we should not, in fact, this goes for everything, not even only about accepting Jesus. Anything that God calls us to, anything that God invites us to, we must not think it is about us. We must not think it is up to us. If Uthixo has given it to you, He's going to be the one that heads it. He's going to be the one that's going to do it. Yeah. So ours, Jay, is to wait for His instruction, and it is then to believe whatever He tells us. You know, it is to believe uthini ngathi, you know. And on the 10th of February 2010, He looked at me and He said, "Well, you're a pastor. You are my called. You are the apple of my eye. You are a vessel that I'm going to use. You are not going to die. You are not going to die prematurely. You are not going to commit suicide. You are not going to succumb to the pressures that you are feeling. You and I are going to have a journey, and just believe." And it literally took that. It took me believing that uYesu uyandibiza, then just to be umntanakhe, and then later to be a servant in His field. Ne? So yes, that is the end. I know the story time was very all over the place, but I promise next time I will do better. Thank you so much for watching till now. I love you guys so much, Ke. I really do love you, and I pray for you, and yeah, thank you for watching till the end. I will see you on my next video, where I share with you guys on why I never thought I'd be a pastor. It's a serious thing, ne? Becoming Pst Aps, not becoming Mrs. Aps, yeah. But akondo, becoming Pst Aps, and after that I'm going to share with you guys my ordination video. Thank you so much, man, guys. Thank you so much for coming here. You know, yazi, YouTube undenza happy whenever I'm going to shoot a video. Niyanibona mos guys ba andiyazi noba anyanoma nindinotisile ba, like, I do my face, I get excited, like ndisavuka, I get excited, and yeah, I get excited, man, to shoot this content and to put it out there. It makes me so happy. Editing it makes me very happy. So I really am glad that you guys are part of this family. And please don't forget to share. Papa share igcwale izule bandi ndikhona, you know, apha ku YouTube, and ndingumuntu okhoyo, yabo, cela siyipapashe sincokole. Share the videos, share the link on your socials. Just please baxeleleni uba silapha, you know, and we are trying to have the time of our lives. Thank you so much, Mdase, once more. Love you, love you. Thank you for coming back. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.